anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
It's draft time.
Here we go.
The 2022 NFL Draft can't be stopped.
It's on.
Yeah, it's on, baby. Ooh.
And the future of the best college players is on the line. Who's going to which team? Find out with our draft coverage.
With the first pick.
Listen for updates, the latest info, and breaking news from the NFL. Your home for the NFL for the Valley is 1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic. The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Everybody, it's the Daily Blender. I'm a good friend, radio pal Jeffrey O'Brien. You know all the other guys. And listen, yes, I was dealing with an emergency. And let me just say, it is no weird coincidence that my wife's vehicle breaks down right next to a Corvette dealership. I don't know why. It just so happened to be. And she's just like, well, if I just drove one of those home, it'd be okay. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do. But I think there's something fishy there. But I'm here. Keon, you've done a wonderful job of, well, I don't know what the hell you did. I wasn't listening. But Ralph, good to see you. And is Izzy even there? I heard him a couple of times there.
Yeah.
Can't see you, Izzy, but hey, how are you?
Hey, all good, all good. How are you?
It's been that kind of day, hasn't it? It's just been that kind of day. And, listen, we got the Talladega race this weekend here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now, usually Randy is here and he can sort of take us through it and fill us in. It's the Geico 500 at Talladega. It's in Alabama, I think.
Yeah, it's Alabama.
It's on 1580 The Fanatic, 11 a.m. on Sunday. Well, that's all I know. Randy's back next week.
So we do have Josh.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The professor is in, and boy, I've got some stuff that I want to ask him about. I'm sure he's got some stuff that he wants to talk about, but it's Josh Applebaum. He is the host of Betting Across America. It is Saturdays at 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. He's also the host of the Market Insights podcast and also the author of our favorite sports betting guide and book. That's right. And here it is on the camera. Everything Guide to Sports Betting. You should have this, if you get an app for sports betting. You should have this if you're going to go to a bookie or a casino thing. You should have this if you're just trying to shake down some neighborhood kids. No matter who you are, where you are, you need the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. And here he is, Josh Applebaum. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing great. I must say, I owe you a little juice there because that was the greatest promo of a book I have ever heard. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I might not have probably suggested it for kids, but still, I think the rest of it's fine. We can edit that out in post, right?
I think we can.
All right. So Josh, now we got the NBA playoffs in full effect right now. It's I'm sure you're going crazy on the betting. What have you found the most success betting right now in the beginning stages of the NBA finals?
Yeah, so I would say, normally as a contrarian bettor, I like to bet against the public. If the public is loading up, you have 80% of bets on one side, 20% on the other. You guys know me by now. I like to be on that 20% side. More often than not, the public loses. More often than not, the house always wins. So you're playing a long game. So NBA playoffs, typically I want to go contrarian. I want to look at some gross dogs. I want to, bet some unders. What's interesting about this playoffs is they've been really, really chalky. So what chalky means is that your favorites are covering and winning at a really high rate. The term chalk comes from, before computers, when they'd write the lines on the chalkboard, they put a minus in front of the favorite. So that's where chalk is derived from. But guys, It's been really great if you want to lay the points and bet these favorites. Basically tells me the odds makers are maybe underestimating the good teams right now. Favorites right now are 18-8 against the spread, 69% overall. Straight up, just winning the game, they're 21-5, 81%. So it's been really good laying the chalk here. I assume we're going to get some regression. Probably these numbers will get jacked up a little bit, but it's been a great playoffs for favorites and also great for unders, 17-9, 65% so far.
All right, so Josh Applebaum, let me ask you another question. May seem unrelated, but let's say your favorite baseball team had won a championship in COVID times. Would you wear the sweatshirt that had world champions on it? Really? Would you?
I would say if they award the trophy, then you got to wear it. But yeah, it was a weird year. But what are you talking about, the Lakers or who won it in the COVID year?
Well, Ralph is a fan of both, so right now he's got it on a Dodgers thing, and I just wanted to shame him just a little bit.
Oh, and they both won in the COVID year, just so we could.
Yeah, that's shameful. I can just say that right now. That is shameful. All right, so Josh, what do you make of the Phoenix Suns injury woes, and really, while we're at it, the Bucks injury woes? How's that going to push your decision making going forward?
So I would say, based on these injuries, it really opens the door for the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Suns were the favorite to win the NBA title pretty much all year, but they've taken a big hit with Devin Booker now out. Now they're actually, tonight in New Orleans, they're only laying 2.5. I took the points with the Pelicans tonight. You have almost 80% of bets on the Suns saying no Booker, no problem, but you're seeing some reverse line movement to the Pelicans tonight. So keep an eye out for that. But to me, guys, the injury to the Suns, really, you got to look at the Warriors and the Celtics right now. The Warriors are now your favorite to win the NBA Finals at plus 280. Bet 100, they win it all. You get 280 plus you get your 100 back. And my Boston Celtics, who are up to a 2-0 series lead against the Nets, they're now plus 500, second best odds overall. So the Suns, may do without Chris Paul for a long time in the regular season, but you need your best players this time of year. This Booker injury, much like also the Milwaukee Bucks, ironically, your finals opponents last year, the Bucks are now plus 800 because of this injury to Chris Middleton. So if you can stay healthy, the injury to Suns, the injury to the Bucks, it's opening the door right now to Golden State and to Boston.
Was the line moving towards the Warriors before Booker's injury? Because this Poole kid has just gone crazy, and that's really got to change some of the outlook for them, right?
Yeah, Poole's been unbelievable here. And again, he's playing that role a little bit like Kevin Durant when Durant was with them. But really, it's the health of that team. Like, if Curry's healthy, he's only playing, I think, like 25, 30 minutes a night. Poole is a great scorer that's, really benefiting them. And really, Draymond Green, you saw it last night with that steal against Jokic. The Warriors they're healthy at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. And now I think at this point, you missed some value on the futures. But plus 280, it's hard not to maybe put $10 on the Warriors to win the title.
We have breaking news. The suspicious object that was at the Atlanta arena turned out to be Trae Young's hairline. Happy Lefty has a question for you, Josh. What?
Fire away.
He says, hey, Josh, I've got an extra 30 cents. I'm willing to be reckless on my betting. What kind of odds do you think I can get on parlaying all 32 picks in the first round of the draft?
Ooh, so you got to be careful because a lot of books don't allow parlays on prop bets for the NFL draft. So, theoretically, what are you, 1 in a billion to get that right? But even if you could, a lot of books won't even take your action there.
Not even for 30 cents?
Yeah, 30 cents. And also, they have limits in terms of how high you can bet. Also, I think you got to bet $1 or more at a lot of these sites just to kind of get you above ground here. But I would say keep an eye out for Kayvon Thibodeau right now, guys. He's had a lot of steam in his favor to go second overall. Remember, this is the edge guy from Oregon. He was just a couple days ago, plus 275 to be selected second overall. Now he's minus 125. So big steam here to Thibodeau to go second overall. And if you want to make a bet, one bet that I made is over under draft position. It's 4.5. The under is minus 150. That way he can go 1, 2, 3, or 4 and you cash. Kayvon Thibodeau under 4.5. And I like him to go second overall.
So Hefty Lefty, I'm going to go ahead and loan you the 70 cents, but then if you actually win, I get 70% of the winnings. So if we can make that deal, we'll do that. 888-368-1580. Just the Tip says, hey, Josh, how's the pup?
Pup is great. Actually, what's ironic? She has made a complete transformation. Like, me and my fiance we love her. She's cute and she's the best, but her biting was out of control. And it was really, it was tough to deal with. My arms are all ripped up. Yeah, it's brutal. We talked about this last time, but she hit 3 months and it's like she's a totally new dog. She hangs out, she chills, she can jump up on the couch now. So Meadow's doing great. It's a complete turnaround. It's a miracle.
Yeah, I don't let dogs on the couch. Yeah, sorry. No dogs
Not
on
the
the couch.
best, but she can sit on the couch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Just a Tip says he loves the book. He says, I'm up following your advice. Thank you. What are your thoughts on hedging?
So I think Hedging. So number one, I always joke about this, but hedging is for landscapers. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Anyway, but hedging, guys, it all is about what you risk and what you stand to win. Like if you had a long shot and you put $5 on it at some incredible odds, then just let it ride because, hey, you're not going to maybe get that opportunity again. But if you bet a decent sized amount and you can guarantee yourself a profit, then I think you always hedge and you always guarantee a profit. Again, you could let it ride and make more. I remember the Bruins year that they lost to the St. Louis Blues. Someone had a ticket on the Blues from the very beginning of the year. And even when they got down in the series, they were like, are you going to hedge? He didn't hedge. He ended up winning like a couple $1 million. But I think if you stand to gain a lot or lose a lot, I would hedge and guarantee a profit every time.
All right, it's Josh Applebaum from Betting Across America, Saturdays, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. So Tyson Fury is going to fight Dylan White this weekend. I actually did make a bet on that. My Mortimer bet, but still, I put $1 on Dylan White on the money line plus 400. So I'll get $5 if he wins. Everybody's laughing because that would be a heck of an upset. But you never know when the big man is going to let something slide. We've seen this happen with other boxers before. How are you looking at the Tyson Fury Dylan White fight?
So it's interesting. You have actually a majority bet slightly on White just because of the long shot odds, like plus 350 or plus 400. The line did fall from Fury, minus 600 down to minus 500, but he's only getting 34% of bets, but almost 80% of money at BetMGM right now. So I think if you're going to have fun, you could take a flyer, only $1, maybe just have the dog and have some fun there. But if you want to try to make some money, I'd look at Fury and his exactas, instead of just money line winning or losing, I'd look at, will it go the distance? Will you win it in a knockout or a TKO? Look at your different advantages in terms of a specific payout. Also, you could look at the total. I don't have it in front of me, but definitely some different ways to bet this thing. But if you're having fun, you're with your boys, put $1 on White, see if the impossible happens.
That's what I'm saying, but okay, well, you just use the word impossible. So it sounds like you think there's 0% chance that Dylan White can beat Tyson Fury.
It's unlikely. It's very rare. And I would tell you, UFC is kind of a similar way to approach this. A lot of these chalk favorites win, but because the number is so high, the books protect themselves. No one is laying, if you're laying minus 500 with limits that are kind of low, you can't really get down that much amount of money. So again, I'd look toward maybe the over-under, exact outcome. But this is why typically you get a lot of, bettors just playing a long shot here, not winning, and the books actually kind of make money from those loser bets on the long shot.
So let me ask you, was there a prop bet for Cabrera to get that 3,000th hit the other night? Was there a thing where you could bet on that?
I'm sure some sportsbook had it. I mean, even if he wasn't going for 3,000, every night you have player props of, total bases. Will he get a hit or not? Will he get a home run plus 400? So I'm sure some book is watching that and probably not happy with the Yankees essentially walking him.
Well, nobody's happy with the Yankees in general because, they're evil and they suck. But for them to go ahead and just walk him and then lose the game too, it seemed a bit like maybe they had money on the other side. You know what I mean? Because it just, kind of made sense, but it didn't make sense. It just seemed petty, but that's the Yankees for you. So I wondered about that when they did that. And of course he was cool about it. He's just like, it's the game. No big deal. But I'm wondering if there's a lot of people who put some money for this that got really mad about it. And then if you bet the contrary, like you do, Josh, somebody made some money on it.
I'm sure someone did, and you're talking to a diehard Red Sox fan, so I will, beat up on the Yankees every chance I get.
Hooray.
I would just say it's probably coincidental and, wasn't tied to some kind of betting scandal.
I think it was a betting scandal, and you heard it here first. Josh Applebaum also agrees it's a betting scandal. I mean, because you just said you're going to bash the Yankees, and then you just you got to keep it going, man. You got to keep it going.
That's true. It was definitely a scandal. I want a full congressional investigation of what happened.
That's the Boston fan we know and love. All right, so Josh, how are you betting the Major League Baseball? Otherwise, I'm sure what I was talking about was a silly prop bet sort of thing. But how are you betting baseball right now?
So baseball right now, guys, favorites are doing very well. They're 117 and 75, 61%, $100 guy or girl. betting $100 every baseball game, every favorite. You go up around $500. But chalky, and there's going to be regression. So what I'm looking at are unders. So really with unders, guys. And the weird thing is the ball is like a dead ball again this year. The humidor is being used in every single stadium. And for whatever reason, maybe that is it. Despite the DH in both leagues now, unders are really, really crushing it. Unders right now are 111 and 71. They are cashing 61% of the time. That's a really, really good payout there. Also, if the total is 8.5 or higher, the under is 75 and 42, 64%. So if you want to bet some unders, they're not, you're not going to, they'll probably take 5 years off your life every under, but look for lines that are like open 9, get, juice down, look like they're going 8.5. If the wind is blowing in, if you have an under umpire historically, also contrarian unders for winning teams, 2 good teams taken under. Right now, the money to be made in baseball is betting unders.
All right, that is Josh Applebaum. Hey, by the way, one more thing. Since I know you're a Patriots fan, the rumor is they might come back with the old style helmets. Pat the Patriot, the guy who looks like he's squatting in the field trying to take a dump. But so how do you feel about that? Would you like the newer logos that kind of look like Elvis crawling out from some sheets, or do you like the old Elvis Patriot Pat taking a dump in the field?
So I love the old Patriot Pat, although that's when the Patriots were terrible and the Elvis is kind of, when they kind of got good. But I would say stupid move to go to the color rush full time. Like those jerseys are so boring. And that's I don't know. I think they want to just wipe the page from Tom Brady and totally have a new uniform, but I don't like the new unis. I love the silver helmet though. That's pretty baller.
There you go, Josh Applebaum. Thanks for being with us, buddy. Sure appreciate it. And we'll see you next week for some more Sports Betting 101. And remember, you can catch Josh tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic for Betting Across America. Also, look it up. It's the Market Insights podcast. You're not talking about stocks or anything. You're talking about betting, right?
I am talking about betting. Yeah, betting in terms of reading the market, that's my specialty.
There you go. And, of course, the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. You can find that on Amazon. Thanks, Josh. We'll see you next time, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right. Ellie, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got much to discuss. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches, weakness, or discomfort in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, and B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live your life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights.
We're going to tear it up tonight.
Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Sun Devil Baseball is back for an exciting year under new head coach and Sun Devil legend Willie Bloomquist. The Sun Devils open the 2022 season with 9 straight home games and will feature non-conference matchups against Oklahoma State, BYU, and Grand Canyon. The team begins Pac-12 play against Washington before taking on USC, Oregon, and Arizona. Sun Devil Baseball single game tickets and mini plans are available now, starting at just $10. Visit sundeviltickets.com to secure your seats today. That's sundeviltickets.com.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
1580 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Of course, the NBA playoffs in full effect. And guys, what did you come up with? What was the general consensus earlier when I was dealing with stuff? Suns going to make it out of this series alive? They going to win this game tonight? What is the general thought process of the brain trust here?
Yeah, the general thought process was the Suns are going to be able to adjust. This is a very important game tonight, gut check game. Can you overcome adversity? All of us said that they would be able to, and that they would ultimately come out of this series victorious.
Okay, so what did Ralph say, though?
Yeah, you'll never believe what Ralph said.
He said the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
He
feeling all right?
He took off his troll hat and put that to the side
for a second,
and put on an objective hat just for a moment.
Well, whatever your thought process and whichever way your bet is going to go, whether you're contrarian or you're a good American like all the other Suns fans, whatever way you decide to do this, well, put a little money on it makes it even more exciting. When I say a little money, your version of little money is your version. I've had people on Twitter give me a hard time because I bet $1, or sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, $3. And they was like, come on, Jeffrey, what kind of a bet is that? It's the kind of bet I want to make because I want to be careful with my money. Some people may bet $10 every time they bet because they can afford it. Some people will bet pennies. People will do some of those parlays like Hefty Lefty had mentioned for 10, 20, 30 cents and still make a nice chunk of money. So there's many different ways you can do this. You do the way that is most comfortable for you. And when it comes to using a sports betting app, what you got to do is grab yourself a DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download that thing. They are an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And here's the deal. Here's where things can get interesting for you. And all you got to do is bring $5 to the table. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code BET1580, bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the first round of the playoffs, get $150 in free bets instantly. That is promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Got to be 21 years or older, Arizona resident only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. This is for new customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you're already a customer, that's cool. Work them same game parlays each day of the first round. You get a risk-free bet up to $10 if that parlay of yours doesn't hit. So it's a win-win no matter what. 888-368-1580. Okay, I'm going to be a little burpy today. I'm not going to lie. No, I had a giant cravings box from Taco Bell for lunch.
Oh no!
In fact, when I got here back to the house, I got dizzy.
I mean,
I ate the burrito, I ate the Dorito taco, I ate the chalupa, I ate the nachos, and I drank the Mountain Dew. And so then we got out of the car. My wife is like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know if I'm okay. I ate Taco Bell, but I'm okay now." So, all right. What do you guys want to talk about? What's where's your heads at now, Ralph? I know you're a big time, baseball fan.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of what Boone did? Now, I'm always going to be anti anything a Yankee does, but how did you see that situation where they walked Cabrera and the Tigers still won 3-0?
I thought it was a typical Yankee move. I mean,
douchebaggery.
It was a douchebaggery move. Yeah, you don't do that. I mean, that was wrong. There's certain, unspoken rules of the game. And I think he violated one there. And that's just a douche move by the Yankees, which you expect from the Yankees.
Yeah. All right, well, that's exactly how I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
if anyone else has something to say,
the only thing I will give to Aaron Boone is that there were already players on base. It just doesn't help your case when you walk him and the bases are loaded, and then the
he's
literal
0 for 3. He was struck out twice.
Right. Yeah,
He
that's what
wasn't
I'm
having a great day.
Exactly, and it doesn't help your case that the literal next pitch, I believe, scores 2 runners. So if you're gonna do that, you close the thing out. Get out of that jam without giving up runs.
Yep.
So it just seemed unnecessary because it didn't help their situation at all. And like you said, he had been struggling. But I'm trying to give them something. That's the only thing I'm going to give them on that, is that there were people on base already.
So if it was the other way around and it was a Yankee, I would be very much supporting this, saying, no, I'm not going to give you your 3,000th moment right here at our expense because we don't want to be in your little video.
Right.
But that still is pretty crappy.
Well, now you're in a different video. Now you're in the video where you did that and you lost. Congratulations.
Moist One says, that was a simple baseball move. Well, Cabrera himself said, it was a baseball call all the way. There's no doubt that there is a little more feeling to it, understanding the situation. But in the end, you got to do what you think is right in the context of the game. But as we see, it made no damn difference, did it? And it wasn't going to, and it was just nothing but pettiness. But okay, if you're a Yankee fan, you think this was a baseball thing, okay, whatever you say. I'm just not buying. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Hey Ralph, I thought you didn't bet with out your assless chaps on." Well, no, okay. Senior Wake and Bake. Radio Ron is the one who wears assless chaps when he's out riding with the Sons of Apathy, the electric bike gang that he's in Scottsdale. They terrorize Scottsdale. Yeah, Sons of Apathy, because they just don't care. And so no, you're getting Ron and Ralph confused. So, but we get it. You smoke an awful lot of dope. Just a tip says Randy would maybe say this about this week's NASCAR race if he was here. The Talladega Super Speedway is the longest track in NASCAR circuit, so expect some drafting, some blocking for teammates, and basically a clean race until the Talladega curse rears its ugly head at 200 miles an hour, which will make for a great day of racing. Okay.
I suppose I could imagine that. Yeah.
I all I know is Talladega. That was a movie or something, wasn't it? That's what I remember. Sorry. This is why we need Randy's back Monday. It'll be all right. Joe the Show says, "Hey, Jeffrey's back. Dude, don't smoke a Jeffrey while on the job. What were you out back stroking the furry wall?" Wow. I have not seen Get Him to the Greek, but evidently that's a thing in the movie.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie either, so I can't.
I don't think any of that was dirty. I hope it wasn't dirty.
I don't know.
Furry wall. I don't know.
It's something sounded dirty about that.
Yeah. I guess I should have looked that up. Bruno Baller says, "What do you think would be more likely, a perfect basketball tournament bracket or a perfect first round draft from 1 to 32? Basketball tournament."
Yeah.
Well, are you talking NCAA or just like when you get the actual NBA playoffs? NCAA. When's the last time anybody had a perfect bracket?
It's never happened.
There you go, Bruno Baller.
In all the years that we've been doing it, it's never happened.
We have no idea if anybody's ever picked the draft perfectly. I guess that's impossible.
That's impossible.
I mean, especially their trades. I mean, you can look and identify everything that every team needs, and there are still trades. And then there are some teams that are still stupid and will just draft the wrong person. I mean,
Sorry about your team, Keon.
Look, I've lived a long time through it.
Sorry about your team, Boogie. Sorry. So here's the answer, Bruno Baller. What do you think is more likely, perfect basketball tournament bracket or perfect first round draft, 1 through 32? I'm going to say Randy being all 4 nets in ballparks. That is more likely to happen than either of those. Those are never happening, and probably not happening for the Nets either. Moist One's, he's fighting for the Yankees. Says, no, Boone made the right move. Made it a left on a left matchup, produced weak contact, happened to fall in and score 2 runs. It was a 1-run game. It was something any manager would have done.
No, not at all.
I mean,
if you're a Yankee fan, you just might be a douche. Just saying.
I mean, I don't know that they're a
You just
Yankee
call
fan.
Moisman a douche?
I'm just saying, if you're
I
a
don't
Yankee
think
fan-
he's a Yankee fan. I think he's
just trying to say. I mean, I understand the logic behind doing it.
I mean, you're right, Ralph. If you,
I am right.
I mean, about a Yankee fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if Moisman is.
Remember, I'm a Dodger fan. We think all Yankee fans are douches.
Yeah, I think you're all douches.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna think all of them.
Moisman's a Mariners fan, so.
I actually like the Mariners, so I'm not.
See, well now you want to apologize to the moist douche? I mean, the moist one.
No.
Okay. She Skull says what the Yankees did was the BS move. Cabrera was over. I think it was Cabrera was over 3. Boone has always been a douchebag. Or I think we got the point. Yankees BS. Boone douchebag. Big one. George says, moist one, quit sucking up to the Yankees. You're wrong on this one. Blissful Hayes says it was the right move by Boone to walk Cabrera. First base is open. It's called strategy.
I disagree just full wholeheartedly. Like, as much as I don't like the intentional walk, like intentional walking Cabrera in this situation, like first base is open, but if you have a chance to get at the guy who's already wasn't hitting that great in the game, what are you really going to lose? They definitely could have won this game. The
Yeah,
Yankees.
They should have pitched at him. It's about okay. Boo-hoo, Yankees. Jerks. 888-368-1580. Moisman says if it was the Diamondbacks, they would have done that. I don't know what they would have done the wrong thing. And not even intentionally. It was just, you can't even bring the Diamondbacks into this. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Ralph, what's the over-under on you remaining a major Laker dill hole?
Like, what are you even supposed to say to that?
You just can't. Yeah, I'm over. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, let's move on to something else. Oh, by the way, I forgot to bring this up. Mattress Mac, can we be done with him now? I just have had enough of Mattress. Okay, he needs to call 1-800-NEXT STEP, because here's what he says. He says he's planning to drop $3 to $4 million at the Kentucky Derby. And of course, he makes these bets and he hedges them against his promotions for his mattresses and whatnot. But I think that's all a big cover up. In fact, dude's got a problem. Here's what he said. I'm going to bet early. I'm going to bet often. I'm going to bet with both hands until I run out of money. About $3 or $4 million. Dude is out of control.
Why?
I don't think anybody should be supporting him in this. By the way, if I was going to be nicknamed Mattress Mac, I wouldn't want it because I own a mattress shop. I'd want it for some other reasons. I don't know. Just saying.
Owning a mattress shop is probably the most boring reason you could be named Mattress Mac.
I want the nickname Mattress Mac because my wife can't keep her mouth shut. That's what I'm talking about. I want to be bragged about. Where it's like, hey, it's Mattress Mac. All right. Thank you very much. All right, guys, one more hour left of this nonsense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship Weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights.
We're going to tear it up tonight.
Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim.
This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30, 50, 70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K2.4 Rollins Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar with us. He's sitting in, and Izzy is sitting in, but Izzy is sitting in because he just, I told him, you don't have to be here when Ralph's here, but he says, no, I've seen the way Ralph looks. I'm guessing a heart attack any minute, so I'm just going to be ready to jump right in. I thought, well, that was kind of judgy a little bit, but if he looks like a guy who's about to just drop dead, I get it.
Man, is
Wow. This is not my actual opinions.
I don't know why you're backpedaling now, kid. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, so the news had broke earlier today. At first, I was like, huh. And then I was like, And then I was like, no. And here's what it is. I had 3 reactions to 3 games. They are now going to have a Christmas triple header. There will be 3 football games on Christmas Day. First time ever. And of course, as you know, if people like it, they'll do it again. If people don't like it, they'll do it again. So now we got the Christmas triple header. Think about this. First thing, hey, 3 football games. And then you're like, wait a minute, it's Christmas Day. Will my annoying relatives ruin the experience of football? Or will I be sequestered away from football? You need to spend time with your family. And is this a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think about 3 games on Christmas? 3 games on Thanksgiving? Well, that seems just, normal. That day is about eating some food and watching the football. Christmas, I believe, is supposed to be about something else, So, all right, what do you guys think? Good, bad, and different 3 games on Christmas.
Bad. It's 3 games is too many. I think a game on Christmas would be really cool. 3 games. Because I'm going to want to watch them all. That's the problem. Is that you're going to put 3 games on, and I'm going to want to watch them all. And there is a greater expectation than Thanksgiving that you spend time with the relatives, that you give the gifts. That you can summarize Thanksgiving as being about family, food, and football. there's also like the birth of somebody really important in history that people try to celebrate too. That I think that like football should not probably be plastered over the top of that. But
well, Santa Claus is. Why not?
I mean,
So here's the thing.
That's not exactly going great.
When you go to Thanksgiving, you're right. You know, and a lot of times you get the turkey bowl going, right? You go outside, you throw the ball around with some of the kids or your brothers, or just the whole family goes out and they have a fun, silly football game in the yard. So you have the turkey bowl. Christmas, the Jesus bowl, the mangle at the manger. I mean, I don't know how you do this.
Keep digging that hole.
And you see what I'm saying? It's harder to connect the football to the Christmas.
Well, I've always connected the NBA to Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So this is going to probably piss off the NBA a little bit. I don't like it. I think it's a terrible idea. I used to always love, spending time with the family, maybe watching the Lakers play, and because they usually play it on Christmas, whoever playing this, whatever. But I think that's the way it should be. I don't like it. I think they're trying to force it a little bit. It makes it too big of a sports day when you need to be focused on family and other things. And I think it's going to create a lot of divorces.
Well, first off, I think we've all missed the real reason for the season.
Sure.
Presents. And I don't want to be distracted from my presents and opening the presents and playing with my toys and, just enjoying my presents. And, I mean, if I got Christmas going right, that takes a while. To open up all my presents. So why did it go from 1 game to 3? That's the thing that's kind of weird. It was like, we have 1 game on Christmas. All right, I can manage that. We hang out, we open the presents, we eat some food, and then we watch the game. Simple as that. Now it's like, are we going to rush to open presents and pretend like we like what somebody got us in a real hurry? I mean, are we going to just like have some, let's just have some quesadillas for lunch, okay, and then watch the other game? It's just, seems like we're cramming in a bunch of stuff. And here's the other thing people aren't thinking about: the players.
Right.
So now instead of having 2 teams playing and having to work on Christmas, now you've got 6 teams playing, having to work on Christmas. And then you have full production crews, television, radio. You got the play-by-play guys. You have all the cameramen and all the audio people and all. This is huge thing going on. Now, instead of just 1 game, 3 games. There's a lot of overtime. Who's paying that overtime? You get time and a half on Christmas, don't you?
I mean, most people do. I imagine that they would at Fox and NBC as well, but that's who would be paying the overtime. And I don't think it's fair in some instances, because I think that there's going to be probably the same people working Thanksgiving will probably have to work Christmas. If you want your best people on it, right? And it's going to be a showcase game. It's going to be a holiday. So the only games being played that day. So it's going to have to look really good and sound really good. I don't know. I don't think that this is as great an idea as the NFL thinks that it is.
I'm going to guarantee you, your best people will not be working on Christmas.
Maybe not.
It's going to be people like Ian Eagle. It's going to be people like the Spirito, whatever the idiot's name is. So it's going to be people like Tony Romo. So you don't have to. 3 games. All right, so I'm kind of curious. Who's for the 3 games on Christmas? Who's against it? So all 4 say aye. All against say. Well, that's all of you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say either, because nothing I can do about it. So what time will they start? What time do the games start? Maybe that's a thing, because I don't like to get up too early on Christmas.
Well, I imagine they do it like the Thanksgiving day.
I'm on it right here. It says 1, 4, and 8.
Is that Eastern?
Yep, Eastern Standard.
Oh, so now that's going to be 11 a.m. our time until the time zones become permanent. So that's 11. So I guess that's manageable.
What day is Christmas?
Because listen, I go to a lot of trouble to sort of slip some cough syrup into some eggnog and certain things, so the kids sleep in later. I don't like to get woke up early because they just want to open their presents. You know what I mean? So 11, I think, is probably doable. Yeah.
And it's going to change every year, isn't it? Because Christmas Day changes the day. So it's not like it's going to be on a Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be on Sunday. Christmas is on Sunday.
Christmas.
Maybe they should just change Christmas to Sundays.
So Christmas is on Sunday this year?
Yep.
Oh, well, then that has no impact.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because if it's on Sunday,
Would
all
you just
of
play
the games going to be on?
Right. So every game's a Christmas Day game.
Are you sure about it being on Sunday? I don't know if that is correct.
Let me see. I'm reading this right now.
It's Monday, actually. Yeah, sorry, Izzy. You forgot it's not a leap year. So what it is Christmas is Monday. And there's a leap year after that, and it's on Wednesday. We just had Christmas on a Sunday. That was last Christmas.
So it's Monday Night Football.
I don't know. I just skipped ahead in the
Monday
calendar,
all day football.
and it's got Christmas on Sunday.
Yeah, all right. Here's what I'm oh no, Izzy's right. It says 23, and I should have seen 22. No, listen, I'm not the kind of guy who won't admit when he's wrong. I was reading something wrong on my end, and Izzy was right. So
I was waiting to hear. I'm sorry, Izzy, but I didn't hear that.
Oh no, it's fine.
Ralph, sorry, Izzy. See, I could do it. So what do they do then? I'm confused. Are they gonna do Christmas Eve?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know when we get to around Christmas in December, especially college football wrapping up, they usually do some of the games on Saturday and try and spread those out. So I don't know if that's what's happening. Like, we're going to do some games Christmas Eve and then the triple header at Christmas.
Or maybe they'll do it Monday because people observe the holiday because people get that Monday off. I have no idea.
They've never cared about us in days off, or as the Super Bowl would have been a differently done thing.
True.
What are you saying, Izzy?
I'm reading this right now. It says we'll play Saturday night, Christmas Eve on the NFL Network, and then we'll get to Sunday, Christmas Day. We'll have our triple header.
All right. Well, whatever the case, forget about the implications of Christmas on Sunday. Let's just talk about Christmas taking 3 games of football all the other days. And let's see what you guys think. 888-368-1580. Big George says, come on, Jeffrey, learn your calendar. Okay, listen, I could have clicked on this thing right here on my computer and seen the calendar, but I was reading a story and I just read it wrong. So please forgive me for not having the calendar memorized. Fighting Wampa says, I wonder if the Christmas Day games have anything to do with Christmas falling on a Sunday this year. Maybe that's how they're going to get us used to it. You know, we're all watching it because it's Sunday football, and they're like, by the way, King Kitten says in 2021, there were 2 games on Christmas. This year, Christmas Sunday, most teams are going to be playing. Sure. Again, what I don't know is, how do you guys feel? Forget about the Sunday part. How do you feel about a full slate of games? And we're not saying a full slate, but like just at each time, morning, afternoon, and at night on Christmas Day, the entire day, a bunch of football. Now, my house, we're going to be fine because my wife loves football. She's crazy about it. So that's going to be okay to have on at our place. Now, the only thing I wonder is, are we going to get good teams? You know, unlike Thanksgiving.
Yeah, which Thanksgiving, unfortunately, because of the tradition, we have to get the Lions and we have to get the Cowboys. And it's always hit or miss as to whether or not we're getting a decent Cowboys team or not. That's the reason why we usually don't get great games. And then the night game could go either way. I assume with no tradition, you can just choose. Like the NBA has their games on Christmas. They always save the best for Christmas. You know, those are the best matchups, the biggest rivalries from a season ago. Try and get those guys together on Christmas and get them to play. And it's always fun. I imagine without the tradition of having to watch the Lions and the Cowboys, we might actually get some good games.
Can I say that tradition is stupid as hell? Maybe they need to start, cycling in, good teams and not force us to watch the Lions every damn year. I don't understand why we can't just do that. Is tradition that important? I thought the tradition was watching football, not watching a hapless, horrible team from Detroit. Boogie says, you shut your mouth about Detroit Lions playing on Thanksgiving. That's a tradition that'll never change. And you will sit there and you will eat your turkey and you'll enjoy that damn game.
I guess we can't take the Lions on Thanksgiving away from Boogie because what else do they have?
I could totally take it away. I could totally
what
do
else
it.
do they have?
It's the Lions.
I like the Lions on Thanksgiving. Like the Lions in Green Bay. It's always the Lions always seem to, they can have a cruddy team, but they seem to always play good.
That is one I would never bet the under.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I would
true.
never bet the underdog.
How many times have the Lions actually won that game where there's no reason they should have
Yeah,
ever won
they,
that
they
game?
had like a third string quarterback a couple
Right.
of years ago, right? It was like Dan Blau or something was
Yeah.
their starting quarterback, and he played really well
Yeah.
for no reason.
All
None
it
at
is
all.
Boogie getting good and drunk and just hoping for the ghost of Barry Sanders just to run through. King of Kitten says, I'm all for 3 games on Christmas, Wednesday 2024 and Christmas Thursday 2025. Big George says, I think all the other games will be on Saturday before Christmas and the 3 games on Christmas. I'm not a fan of games on Christmas, but NBA does it already. So I don't know, just the trend. Well, again, it's a little different when you mobilize basketball to broadcast and also the team than when you do football, because then again, there's a bigger bit of infrastructure. You got truck drivers, equipment managers, you've got so much stuff that goes into moving everybody to a spot to play a football game. It's extremely expensive, labor intensive, and that's an awful lot of people who don't get to be with their families on Christmas.
And that's before you even get to the part where the rosters are just bigger. I mean, a NBA roster is what, 15, 16 guys. You're 50. We're talking about a 53-man roster for an NFL team. So just the players on the field alone are logistically more difficult to move around than what you got in the NBA.
Chief Skull says, I'd rather watch 24 hours of Christmas story consecutively than 3 football games on Christmas. Do you not like football? Because that I don't understand that. Hefty Lefty says, what happens when Christmas is on a Wednesday? You get 3 games on a Wednesday, Hefty. You get 3 games on a Wednesday. Blissful Hayes says, Jeffrey, you mean Christmas presents like filthy Speedos with your face on them?
Wow.
I am so glad I never saw that. He says, Christmas is for drinking whiskey and banging whores. Dude, easy.
Wow.
What the?
Wow.
Or just
What country you from?
put
Well,
the
I mean,
Coke down.
You celebrate your way, but Connecticut Texture says, typically they will move a bunch to Saturday. No different than Thanksgiving. Tuck says, clear man card violations for any man who's a problem with this. Who doesn't want football on Christmas? No, listen, I want football on Christmas. I have no problem with this, but I'm thinking about the players, the families, and all the infrastructure on that. I don't think it's fair for me to impose that on them. But again, it's not me doing it, right? It's the NFL. But then if I watch it, enjoy it, and support it, am I complicit? I'm working on some existential crisis here when it comes to these football games.
And that makes sense. To me, it's just 3 football games on Christmas. Again, if you have a house where you can just do it, just watch all the games, well, that's fine. But that's not true for everybody else and their families. And basketball is kind of a you could put it on in the background and kind of pay attention to it. There's just something about football that grabs your entire attention, and that's not really great for a family. Let's spend time together holiday.
Yeah, great, Grandma. Nice scarf. Look, can you just stop blocking the TV? I don't care if she's 97. She's blocking the TV.
But even
just me.
But even in the NBA, like NBA Christmas games are always exciting. Like even like years back when Kyrie went to the Celtics, we got Kyrie and the Celtics going against LeBron and the Cavs. We got the Golden State Warriors taking on LeBron and the Cavs as well. There's so many Christmas games that I can remember that Christmas has always been about basketball. Just switching it up to the NFL, like now, it's to the point where we're not hanging out with our families. We're locked in our rooms watching sports.
Some people don't want to hang out with their families.
Yeah, that's true. But we got Bears Lions last Thanksgiving, 16-14. We got Raiders Cowboys 36-33. Mm-hmm. That game was more interesting. And then the nightcap was Bills Saints, and the Bills won 31-6. We got 2 stinkers, and it's a lot of time you're dedicating. If the NFL doesn't hand select great games for this, it's not even going to be worth the trouble.
Tuck says, hey, family's going to have to get over it. He really wants these games.
What's happening? You don't have to fight that hard.
I had to make that statement known in case Mrs. Chief Skull was listening. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hefty Lefty says, time for a full slate of NBA games on Thanksgiving then. I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. We got a lot of cross fandom. You know what I'm saying? If you like NBA, you're probably liking watching football too. And then if you oversaturate a holiday, but I guess that's what the NFL is doing with these games. But answer the question. Which one are you watching, really? Is it going to be the NBA or is it going to be the NFL? Pretty sure most people going to go ahead and say, I have a new tradition and I'll be watching the NFL on Christmas.
Yeah, that's most people. I'm probably going to stick with NBA just because that is a tradition I like. And those games are usually fun and really great games.
If the Commanders are playing, you're watching the NFL.
Yeah. No, that's
well, he's
that's
the only
true.
one. But yeah.
Well,
I just mean in general.
I'm not going to be the only one. I mean, come on. If disrespect that team all you want to, but that fan base.
You're the only fan of the team I know.
Okay.
No, when I say that, including the thousands of people who we have names on in the text line.
Didn't we have another person?
No.
Okay. I could have sworn that we did, but regardless.
Now you got me curious. I have no way of searching that. But if you're a Washington Commandos fan, let us know, because I'm pretty convinced Keon is the only one.
You've got a team that hasn't been good in 25 years, and I'm this far west. I mean, that's not that unreasonable, to be 100% honest with you.
And I'm pretty sure Boogie is the only Detroit Lions fan we know.
I know a couple of Lions fans.
Here?
Not here. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says Laker fans will stick with the Lakers on Christmas Day. Yeah, okay. Well, enjoy not being entertained.
Yeah,
all right, we have to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some more NFL. Some more people with some comments on the Christmas triple header. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Baseball this afternoon, the Giants visit the Mets. Anthony DeSclafani gets the nod, the righty, looking for his first decision of the season. He'll take on right-hander Carlos Carrasco. San Francisco +120, the Mets -130. -130 Oakland at home against +110 Baltimore. Paul Blackburn starts for the A's. The +115 Diamondbacks visit -125 Washington. Zach Davies starts for Arizona. The right-hander 0-1. Lefty Josh Rogers starts for the Nationals. Seattle at home tonight against Texas. Lefty Marco Gonzalez faces left-hander Taylor Hearns. The Mariners -145, Texas +125. Gonzalez 1-1 so far this season. Get the latest lines and more at vsin.com.
The playoffs are here, and you can make every game feel like it's Game 7 on FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. Throughout the playoffs, all customers can place a no-sweat same-game parlay each week. You'll get up to $20 in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many ways to play. And best of all, when you do win, you'll get paid faster than a fast break. And if you're new to FanDuel, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Steve1580. Once again, that's promo code Steve1580. And if you already have an account, you're all set to bet. No sweat. Either way, you'll get up to $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs doesn't win. FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet, $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Arizona Rattlers football. Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Tune in to hear every home game live.
Let's go, boys.
Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, we're going to win. It's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
Back to the Daily Blender. Well, the NBA playoffs are here, and you can make every single game feel like Game 7 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, an official partner of the NBA. Now, throughout all the playoffs, all customers can place a no-sweat same-game parlay each week. You get up to $20 in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many great ways to play. And best of all, when you do win, you get paid faster than a fast break. If you're new to FanDuel, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code Randy1580. Once again, that's promo code Randy1580. And if you already have an account, you're all set, ready to go. All set to bet, no sweat. Either way, you get up to $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs doesn't win. FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet, $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? You need to call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
888-368-1580. That's the number to text in and be a part of the show. Let's get caught up on the text line real fast here. Joe the Show says, get him to the Greek. That thing I said earlier about don't smoke a Jeffrey. He says that's not dirty. It's a part of the movie where P. Diddy smokes out Jonah Hill with a mix of strange drugs called a Jeffrey. Why would they do that? Why would they call it a Jeffrey? Okay, I got it. And then I guess Diddy's house had shag carpet up the walls. That's why it was a furry wall. Bala 51 says Raiders on Thanksgiving, Cardinals on Christmas last year was awesome. King of Kitten says Bucks and Bulls are on ESPN or ABC 15 tonight. Thank you, my friend. By the way, I think I'm for the football on Christmas. I mean, I feel sorry for all the people involved in making that happen. Then you're like, oh, so Jeffrey feels sorry for a bunch of millionaires, does he? Well, not everybody involved is a millionaire, are they? The concession guy, not a millionaire. The ticket taker, not a millionaire. The security guy, not a millionaire. There's so many people involved in this are just working stiffs like anybody else. That's kind of who I feel sorry for. So I'm going to feel a little bit guilty. I'm going to watch every damn game. Hoping there'll be good ones. Big George says, wait, did somebody say it's a man card violation to not want football games on Christmas? Is it a man card violation to celebrate Jesus then? Okay, the person who said it's not the man card commissioner. That's me. And I have not issued any man card violations in this matter at all, nor would I. It's a it's a matter of personal taste, whether or not you want to watch all the games or whether or not you want to do something horrific like spend time with family. 888-368-1580. Tuck says NBA games don't really matter in December. So come on, guys. It's going to be the NFL. Boomer Sooner says, oh my gosh, Jeffrey, if you give me a choice between the two, it's NFL for sure. I mean, like 180,000%, like Randy would say. I agree.
I mean, if you give me a choice, I think it depends on the games, because if you're going to give me, Steph Curry versus Kevin Durant on Christmas, I would be interested in watching that. It's not just, the games don't have the weight in December that they do later on in the year, but the matchups are always really damn good.
And you can choose.
Yeah.
Well, let's say one football game is going to be a stanker. Okay, well, maybe I'll check in on that every now and then, but hey, I'm going to watch this NBA game over here. What's this? The Washington Wizards versus the Bulls. Okay, what's on the football game? You've got choices. You got choices.
He just took out half of the
Yeah.
the cast of this show
Double
right
shot.
now.
Well, I'm still feeling a little dizzy, or I'd have done more damage. I'm still trying to hang in here. Lacrosse guy says, Jeffrey, your Colties played here on Christmas Day, and it was a Saturday. I didn't have a disbelief that we might do some games on a Saturday. So I don't quite get it. He says, I like going commando, but I don't like Washington. Boogie says, there's a lot of Detroit Lion fans out here in Phoenix. I met a Washington fan once while I was in the Navy, and they were the only Washington fan because they were from the state of Washington. And when they were young, they didn't understand that the Washington football team was not from the actual state of Washington.
Oh,
They just accidentally became a fan.
that poor child's educational journey just failed him at every step of the way.
Sometimes dumb people get what dumb people get, man.
And because of that failure of education, got stuck rooting for. Well, I'm sorry, man. I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, you shut your mouth about football or basketball games on Christmas. Isn't there until I can make lots of money selling beers like I did last Christmas? He goes, I'm just giving you a hard time about it. Yeah, well, I was actually thinking of guys like you, but if you want that, you know what? I bet those patrons will pay even better tips and higher amounts of money for stuff. So
hadn't thought about that.
I'm not going to begrudge you making a living, my friend. So if you want that, I'm all for it. I just kind of feel bad for people when they have to. He says, I'm waiting on the Twitter. The Suns game has been delayed until 7 p.m. Arizona time due to that incident. Yeah, they pushed all the games back because of the Atlanta incident. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what happened. And the Hawks and the Heat did finally get underway there in the second quarter.
Well,
right now.
my God, give me an update.
9:47 in the half. Hawks leading Miami 29-28. So they're going back and forth right now.
All right. Well, one team fighting for their lives and the other team amused by it. 888-368-1580. Chief Skull says, what's your opinion on the Arizona Coyotes coming out with ticket prices for season ticket holders and then stating that the cheapest price for their new stadium will be $157 each? Is that a season ticket or is that every ticket in the house? $157.
No, that's the high end ticket. They gave a range of prices based on where the ticket would be, but the range was pretty high.
Well, if they're going to be doing that 5,000 seat arena thing, I think what the thought process is, we want to make sure that it's Coyote fans in there, because if it's just 5,000, we're going to make sure it's our guys, not somebody else's. And maybe the thought process is also because it's like, an exclusive, people will pay more because you're also closer to the ice. Every seat is probably a lot better than it's going to be in the new arena. I mean, there's no nosebleeds, in the ASU, setup. So I wondered if they would do that. But if you're saying 157 they're saying it's the cheapest. Chief Skull says it's the cheapest. You say it's the highest?
It's according to Bleacher Report, they got a little graphic here. That lowest one per game is 110. They're calling that area the Den. And then you can go all the way up to the highest, the glass seats row A, which is 445.
So they're charging for 10,000 seats in a 5,000 seat capacity.
Yep. Yeah. They are trying to balance it out to make the same amount of money.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Wow.
Good luck with that.
You think they'll still fill the place?
No, because the team's terrible.
I think they will, but your attempt to keep out the other fans, I don't think it's going to work that way.
Yeah, you're going to get guys buying these tickets and then selling them at a premium to the other fans. But, Ralph, here's the thing, man. They had a pretty good attendance, always more than 5,000. It was in the 15,000 range. So getting the 5,000 diehards to get these tickets and show up at the games and not sell them is probably it's not a stretch.
You would think that those 5,000 would be just season seats. Right? I mean, I'm assuming they have 5,000 season seat holders. I don't know.
And aren't they going to first come first to the season ticket holders? You know what I'm saying? Or don't they get dibs?
Good question.
They should.
I think they do. And their season ticket prices for all of the levels. So if you got it together, that lowest version for the full season, $3,649 for full season of Coyotes on the lowest level. Highest level, $14,355.
I'm a little confused now. I have been sent the seating arrangement here for the games. There's no seats at one end of the ice for some reason, and then there's goal line seats down the other side. And for some reason, over on one end, they're more expensive, and then they're cheaper down the other end. But
because one end you're going to get the Coyotes attacking twice in the game.
Oh, okay. So they actually establish that side is like
that's more expensive.
The opponent's net, so you get to see them coming towards you. Okay, I see now. Oh, that makes sense. But there's nothing in the other side. There's just
and that might
stripes.
I don't know because I haven't gotten the chance to go to a Sun Devils hockey game yet. But that just might be the way the arena is shaped, and that's the opening.
It's itty bitty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that I guess makes sense. It'll be interesting to find out what sort of ticket prices we'll have at the new arena. Now, did they get approved to go ahead and build that thing? I know there was a lot of people who were upset about it because it was in the flight path and they were going to have to sink it down into the ground a little bit just so they could get away with it. Are they on track to get that thing up and ready? I'm just kind of curious. Hefty Lefty says the Phoenix Rising are going to outsell the Coyotes next season. Well, yeah. Because there's only 5,000 seats, man.
So by definition, and no, they haven't gotten it approved yet. They're optimistic about it, but they have not actually gotten the new stadium approved.
All right. 888-368-1580. I guess we'll keep an eye on that. Where, yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Now I got a hankering to go to a Coyotes game because it's closer to me. You know what I mean? If it's going to be closer, now I'm thinking I kind of want to go.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to Gila River, which is
way over there.
Yeah. So I guess something good can come of it for, if you're a Coyotes fan in the East Valley.
So before we go to break here, I do want to issue, since the man card stuff was brought up earlier, it's kind of a PSA, I guess. The thing that we all need to remember as men is you don't know how she's going to react. And what I mean is there is a saying, I think it was Shakespeare or, I don't know, maybe it was Winston Churchill. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And you don't know how that scorn is going to present itself. Now, first off, before I start explaining this, cheating on a woman, that's a man card violation all the way. You break up fair and square before you start hanging around with some other floozy. You take care of your business honorably and honestly, and you don't cheat. Real men do not cheat on their gals. If you're done, be done, then move on. But no cheating. Anyway, so there's this lady that I don't have TikTok, but somebody told me about this. And this lady, Kyla, she posts on TikTok there, and she said she caught her man cheating, and this is what she did. So this is a cautionary tale. You may think your gal is sweet, but hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Here's what she did. You know how she got back at him? It could have been just like break up with him, throw his stuff out on the lawn. Isn't there some stupid country song where somebody keys a truck? I don't know. Yeah.
Could be. That could be any country song, honestly.
It's probably a good point. So here's what she did. She took a month and tortured this man. How does she do it? Here's what she says. When my ex cheated on me, I posed as a LinkedIn recruiter, made him go through a month-long worth of interview processes, and then sent him a detailed rejection letter about how he ain't bleep. Wow. She goes, his resume was trash anyway.
Wow.
So basically strung this guy along for an entire month and then said, now you suck, you're not hired. That just seems, it's clever and it's evil, but it's fair game because he cheated on her. So you could have just like said, okay, we've got you this job in Maryland, and you start Monday. We will reimburse your moving costs. See you there, Bob. And he moves to the new city, and then you just delete the LinkedIn account. And he's like, what happened? Can I come home? No, you can't. You cheated, you bastard.
It just seems like she really wanted him to suffer, though. Like, it's not just inconvenience him. The suffering was the point.
The same
mission accomplished.
The same soft, beautiful creature that will, if you treat her right, take care of you, and in many different ways, is also the same creature with the same creativity that she takes care. She will destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
And they, oh man, because you know that happens. Like, hey, is everything? I'm fine. That just means she's thinking up how she's going to hurt you. You know, she's just biding time. She's like, no, I'm still working it out. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got Big George's sports history and the wheel of sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Hit the button.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. What future NBA coach started for the Chicago Bulls in their first 10 season openers? The answer's coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: name the future NBA coach that played for the Chicago Bulls in their first 10 season openers. The legendary Jerry Sloan. He played for Dick Motta. Jerry Sloan, today's answer.
At Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Where are those receipts? Tax day is nearly here, and Chanel is stressing. Why do I always wait till the last minute? Her small business needs a bookkeeper to crunch some big numbers.
All these spreadsheets make my head spin. None of this adds up.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We got the NBA playoffs in full effect. Even right now, the Hawks and the Heat are battling out. You got the Suns playing later on today. What's the other game? I don't have it in front of me. Somebody else I don't care about, not named the Suns.
What, that's playing right after Miami?
Yeah.
The Bulls and
Oh, that's why.
You fell right into that one.
Just,
I was so happy too. I he seen the smile on my face, ready to just destroy it.
we'll make quick work of that, kid.
Charlie Brown and the football.
So anyway, listen, you still have a chance to have some fun, maybe make a little bit of money, and make the games even more exciting. You got to get yourself the DraftKings Sportsbook. That's right. You can download that on your app, phone thingy, or you can put it on your actual computer. Because if you're like, say, Bruce Jacobs, who has a flip phone, you think we're being funny? You think we're just saying this is like one of those new Motorola flip phones or the little thing, LG thing? No. It's an actual flip phone that he has to hit every number a certain amount of times to get one letter if he texts you.
Which, by the way, this is how I know that Bruce Jacobs truly loves gambling.
Mhm.
Because I joined his bracket pool for the NCAA tournament, and Bruce was giving us updates, like not game by game, but day by day in the tournament. He'd go, "Oh no, Dale's got the lead in the bracket pool," and it was like detailed. This man loves gambling so much. He was click on a flip phone. Unbelievable.
But I feel like for him, he could do what I also have DraftKings on my computer. It's the same username and login, whether you use it for the app or you do it on the computer. I like it on the computer because I can kind of spread things out and sort of look up stuff and do a little research and whatnot. I don't know. I mean, I like my phone. I do like it quite a bit, but sometimes it's just a computer is better. The point is, whichever way you like it, you can get it. Go on over there to the DraftKings Sportsbook, get yourself signed up. $5 deposit get you in to do this. You go there, you get the app, you get signed up. Promo code BET1580. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the first round of the playoffs, and you'll get $150 in free bets instantly. It's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Now, you got to be 21 years or older, so sorry, Izzy. You got to be an Arizona resident only. Sorry, Keon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Did you get that, Ralph?
I got it.
Okay. New customers only, minimum $5 deposit, eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details.
And by the way, the Atlanta Hawks have a pulse. They currently lead 52-44 over the Miami Heat with 3:11 to go in the first half. And then the Bucks and Bulls just got underway, and the Bucks lead that 12-6 with 8:29 in the first quarter.
Well, back to the Hawks. It's a home game, and you know how they do at home. So you can't count them completely out just yet. Hey, by the way, before I move on to the big Georgia sports history, I am told that Izzy has a story that might be worse than the woman who fake interviewed through LinkedIn her cheating boyfriend. So go ahead and fill us in on what happened here. Was there cheating involved?
No, there wasn't any cheating, but a couple years ago, there was a lady trending on Twitter because her boyfriend, he wasn't a top recruit, but he played basketball, and he got an acceptance letter to play basketball in college. Since his girlfriend didn't want him to go, she grabbed the letter. She got it before he can grab it, and she hid it from him this whole time. So he didn't get a chance. He didn't play basketball in college.
How long till he found out about that?
I think it was 2 months. It was 2 months. It was some months, but I believe it was 2 months.
So was he able to call them up and say, "This is not my fault"? I mean, what did he do?
That's a good question. We haven't heard from him since, so I'm assuming she ruined his life right there.
She was the one telling the story. It sounds like on Twitter. Yeah,
to me it sounds like he murdered her and now is on the run.
It was pretty bad, and we I forgot who the lady was, but she had to like come out with a bunch of it was like a press run of apologies for that whole week and a half. It was awful.
That is the most selfish and horrific thing I could even imagine. Yep. That, and the other part of that is, because they're still sending out letters. Did they send up a backup email when they? Ralph, your son is he's an athlete in college. Did they only send a paper? What happened?
No, so with him, there was a lot of communication with phone and text and all different ways of doing it. So there was constant communication. So that would have been hard to do in that scenario.
Yeah, you would think nowadays they might send you the letter so you can show your mom, but an email maybe. A text, something to let, and then if you don't hear back from them, then you start to wonder, well, what if something happens to the letter? What if some kid took a baseball bat or put a cherry bomb inside and blew up the mailbox, and this poor kid's never going to hear about it? I would honestly think about stuff like that if I sent paper mail. So, wow. So seriously, you have no idea what happened to him after that? Did he ever, but you're saying he didn't get to go play basketball ever again?
Well, I'm not sure if he never got the chance to play ever again, but at that moment, it was just a Twitter thread of everything she did. And then it was a bunch of apologies after the next day, at least. The next day she had to come out
after
and apologize.
It was awful.
Yeah.
2 months later and a day. Yeah. That is horrible. Mars Bars 805 says, Suns in 4, Jeffrey. Shut up. Have a great weekend and go Raiders. I'm going to be less nice about your Raiders if you keep talking crap about these Suns. I'll tell you that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1898, for the first time in baseball history, and still this day, only 1 out of 2 times the amazing feat has been accomplished. 2 no-hitters occurred on the same day when the Baltimore Orioles right-handed pitcher Jay Hughes and Cincinnati Reds southpaw Theodore Brittenstein both kept their opponents hitless, beating Boston Beaneaters 8-0 and the Pirates 11-0. Okay, so do you guys know when the next one happened? Does anybody remember this? I actually remember this, and now I feel old. 1990, this happened. It was a double no-no on the same day. Oakland Athletics pitcher Dave Stewart no-hit the Toronto Blue Jays, and Fernando Valenzuela, remember that guy? That was
my guy.
That was your tubby right there. He no-hit the St. Louis Cardinals on the very same day. I'm surprised he was still pitching in 90.
Yeah.
I thought he was like an early 80s phenom.
Oh, he went through the 80s, but yeah, he was still there. I remember that day. I do remember that.
Yeah, that was a big old kid. Fernando.
He liked his tacos.
Oh, you carb loading son of a bitch. Yeah, right there. So yeah, there you go. That 1898. Baseball's been around, huh?
Yep.
And still going. I think we should spin the wheel of sports and see what we talk about next. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
Well, I thought maybe somebody'd agree or disagree, and then I'd say spin the wheel, but that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's just looking at me like a dog.
I was looking
strange
forward
noise
to the wheel of sports, so
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Now, I know you spend time in Minnesota here and there, and of course, people in Minnesota are just about this shy of just being Canadian anyway. They've got a lot of the same interests, hockey being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when you go into Canada, you may be surprised, but hockey is a really big damn deal. And in British Columbia, they have a site, the world's largest hockey stick. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That is actually stuck to the side of the building right there.
Wow.
That is a giant. And look at the size of the puck, too.
That's a big stick.
The stick, that is not the first time I've heard that. The stick itself, it's real. It's actually, this big wooden stick that was made to be the world's largest hockey stick. It's, made out of real wood, and, people love it. It's it's a landmark. Well, the local community is a little upset right now because a woodpecker has started going at it. They got a pecker problem. And it's a 61,000-pound hockey stick constructed out of Douglas fir, which, pecker loves that,
Yeah.
And so the first person who noticed the woodpecker going at it on the hockey stick there was a figure skating coach. And in most Canadian of fashion, she told the news, I looked up and there it was. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah.
Appreciate all the detail.
So she told the maintenance people, and they tried to plug the hole. Then the bird pulled the plug out, and then they did something harder over the hole. Then it made a new hole. And they're like, oh, yeah, last Thursday they put a cover on it there, and the bird's smarter than the people here. So it's making a hole above that hole. So now there's another hole. So I hope that woodpecker knows what he's done there. He's going to need to repent. They actually said that.
Because apparently even the woodpecker ought to know that hockey is sacred.
We're encroaching on their territory there. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's entitled to it. Yeah, that's that Canadian sort of just, we give up. It's nature. So yes, the world's greatest, biggest, largest hockey stick is in jeopardy. And, I guess, but that stick's been there since 1985.
Wow.
So,
impressive.
Let the woodpecker have its little home there,
I have to just shoot the pecker.
Just those words.
Might be time to spin that wheel.
Yeah, I'm just spin the wheel. Oh. So when Mattress Mac is out at the Kentucky Derby, he's using both hands to gamble, as he said. Well, maybe he should buy a couple of these just to really show the homeless what it's like to be poor. The Kentucky Derby is now serving $1,000 ruby encrusted mint juleps.
Oh, jeez.
That's right. Mint juleps are a tradition there, right? But no, not $1,000 ruby encrusted mint juleps. Up yours, Karen, and your hat. Look what I've got. I'm better than you. On May 7th, they will be serving those mint juleps, and they'll be poured into silver julep cups featuring those red rubies in the shape of a horseshoe. They're only selling 148 of them. And there's going to be about 20 that'll be even more exclusive because, well, then I want something more exclusive. Those will be made of gold, and they will cost $2,500.
Why is it that obscenely rich people make stuff that nobody wants? Like, the only people impressed by that is them. Like, if I had that money, I wouldn't.
You're about to feel very bad.
Am I?
Then you're going to feel fine again. Trust me. I'll get you there. You're going to feel bad because the proceeds go to charity. See, now you feel bad. No, you're going to feel better when you find out the charity is Old Friends Farm. It's where racehorses go to retire.
Okay. Wow.
It's like, well, what about the homeless? Oh, the homeless.
The homeless horses. Awesome. Am I right?
Oh, you're poor. So, yeah, Mattress Mac is probably going to be going crazy on the $1,500 or $2,500 mint juleps. So, whatever. Well, listen, Izzy, Ralph, thanks so much for helping out on the show this week. We sure do appreciate it, especially on a weird day like I'm still dizzy.
That's a Taco Bell.
I should not have said anything about that because now my wife's going to be like, see? I'll eat some salad.
It doesn't sound like she's wrong, though.
That's I'm just saying. Big George says Ralph had joke of the day. Painful, but funny. Sometimes that's the way we describe this entire show. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Race.